How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We are looking at a very green market today for crypto with many altcoins up a significant amount. And there's some big news. Russia might start accepting Bitcoin as payment for oil from unfriendly countries. We're going to talk about that, talk about some of the massive buying pressure and what's going to happen throughout the rest of the year. I'm excited. If you guys don't mind hitting the like button and subscribe button, I appreciate that a lot. So before we go any further, there is something that you should check out and it will make your life a lot easier. There's a link underneath the video to CoinStats. One of the most frustrating things in crypto is the fact that we have to use so many different exchanges. And, we're looking at KuCoin, BlockFi, Binance, Trust Wallet, Voyager. There are a bunch of different places that you have to use to get your different cryptos. And it's really hard to know exactly what you're holding all the time because it's just in a lot of different places. This is where CoinStats comes in. So you can actually connect a bunch of different portfolios. They have, I believe, 500 different exchanges that you can plug wallets into, and you can aggregate everything in one place. Now, I took some of my crypto off of this so that you can't see everything, but you can see I connected some of my accounts here, and it aggregates this all in one place so I can take a look at the actual makeup of my portfolio instead of spending half an hour every couple days trying to figure it out. I've been using this daily recently, and it really does help keep everything in check. Now, underneath the video, I do have a coupon code. You can use that link to get 55% off the premium plan. There you can get unlimited wallet connections, up to 100,000 transactions, a personal account manager, and more. So definitely check out that link underneath the video. I highly suggest trying this out. So Bitcoin is up well over 43,000, 43,500. We kind of floated around that 42.8 mark for a while, got rejected around 43,000, and we broke through it now. A lot of other altcoins are now up, 2, 3, 5, 10% on the 24-hour. So we're going to talk about some of them here today. But let's get into some of the big news here today. Russia opened to taking payments for natural gas in Bitcoin. So this just happened today. Will Clemente comments on it here. Russian chairman of the State Committee on Energy. We can sell energy resources to unfriendly countries for rubles or gold while processing payments from friendly countries in their national currencies and, if possible, Bitcoin. So we had heard just, I think over the last few days, that they were going to start selling some of their oil off and some of their natural resources for rubles specifically, because their own currency had been devalued so much, they needed someone to start buying it. So now they're saying, okay, we'll still take gold because obviously they've gone through a lot of their gold reserves. I think they had around $600 billion worth of gold, which when you think about that, that's a significant amount. Think of how many pounds of gold that is, and trying to get that off on the market. They had been going through a lot of that because of this war. So that's been depleting. They also have rubles that are just devaluing like crazy. And now they're saying Bitcoin will also be accepted. The interesting thing about this is there's a theory that a lot of countries are going to have to start adding this to their treasuries. The fact is, we are inflating money so quickly these days. So many other countries are doing the same. And when you see your own currency go down 30%, 20%, the value go down that much in a year, the fact is, you are causing that. If you're one of these central banks, if you're one of the people, or if you're the entity that's printing money, right? And you realize that you're kind of in a tough situation. You have to do that on one hand to keep the economy afloat. On the other hand, people are getting less and less comfortable holding your currency. So they're looking for other options. One is Bitcoin. We've seen the purpose of Bitcoin so much over the last couple months, from the Canadian trucker movement to also Ukraine and Russia, their war, and people being able to actually carry their Bitcoin, unlike a lot of their belongings, out of the country, send this around the world in seconds. And all these central banks will need a part of this because they're pushing people away from their own currency. What currency will they go to? Bitcoin. So that's something to pay attention to. Now, we have a lot of buying pressure coming for crypto, and we have some big altcoin news. So Cardano has been pushing up like crazy. It's up 40% over the last 7 days. I've been covering a little bit of the reason why this has been happening, and we have some more news. Besides just Grayscale Trust adding it as one of the top positions in their new smart contract portfolio, Coinbase is adding Cardano staking rewards. So this is a big step, or a really nice thing, I'd say, for a lot of people that are on Coinbase, because some people just don't want to get into DeFi. They don't want to figure out how to stake on their own wallets. So just doing it through Coinbase is really helpful for them. So some people are probably adding Cardano just on Coinbase because they're looking at it saying, hey, if I can buy Cardano and it goes up 10% in a year, but I also get 4 or 5% staking, that's a nice low return, 15%. So I think some people are probably buying on Coinbase. Also, it's just good news overall for the ecosystem. More coins will be staked, less selling pressure. And I think this is pretty big news. I got a little bit of hate on one of my videos recently because I was talking about some of the good news that's happening to Cardano. Now, some people are saying, hey, didn't you sell off when it was low? And I said, basically, okay, I've been trimming my position since over $1.40 or so. I started to trim my position. Then I did sell some a little while ago at a pretty bad price to sell it, but I was putting it into other cryptocurrencies. So I have never sold my cryptocurrencies and actually took it out of the market. I just put it back into the market into other cryptos. So I realized that Cardano has gone up, but I still hold part of my position. I never sold off completely. Like I said, I want to have some exposure to it because I think it could do well, but it just moves slower than a lot of the other cryptos I wanted my money in. But now it's moving faster. So that's why I kept part of my position in it. So we have a lot of buying pressure coming to cryptocurrency. We have a couple big things happening soon. I think a lot of people just don't understand it. So DOGE buying $10 billion worth of Bitcoin. I've talked about that. Michael Saylor bought, $3 billion worth? And he sent up the price dramatically. Tesla also bought $1.5 billion. Now, these are splashier names because they're public companies. But DOGE is going to buy $10 billion worth. Usually when someone buys a significant amount, you can expect the market cap to go up by about 20 to 25x that amount. So if he's buying $10 billion worth of Bitcoin, you would expect that the market cap would go up about $200 billion to $250 billion. So that would be about another $10,000, $12,000 from here. And it just gets everything else, or it makes all the other Bitcoin more rare. So it's really easy to get price increases when we're looking at someone buying such a significant amount. Also, we have countries that might be adopting Bitcoin as legal tender. We heard recently that the Bitcoin conference might have another adoption or another announcement of a country adopting Bitcoin. And there are three or four countries that are seriously looking at it and talking about it. We also have later this year, now it got pushed back, the Bitcoin bond coming from El Salvador. This is looking like it's going to happen in the next 5-6 months now. It might be sooner than that, but they were waiting for better market conditions for them to set up this bond offering. So pretty interesting. We also know that banks are going to start offering Bitcoin to their general clients, right? To their wealthy clients, to the retail clients. It's going to be integrated in a bunch of different banks where you can literally go and buy Bitcoin and Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies from your checking account. So that's going to be insane. But also we have a lot of Wall Street starting to buy in. We have a lot of the big banks starting to allow crypto trades. We also have them offering new crypto products. And I think what's going to happen if these banks don't already start getting into crypto a little bit more, increasing their investment size in crypto, they'll see how quickly it's being bought up by their own investors and their own clients, and they'll realize, okay, we need to buy more significantly because we're seeing so much buying pressure. And they have people watching this all the time. And there's just so much buying pressure that is coming to crypto. We're looking really bullish. I'll just be clear. I have been buying every single week this year. I've been buying a significant amount. So I am excited. I think we're looking really good for the end of the year, but there's always going to be articles like this, and I think this is something to pay attention to. I said this to the Patreon the other day. There are always going to be articles that scare you, try to scare you out of your position, like this Taxman. India's new tax policies could prove fatal for the crypto industry. Can one country's tax practices prove fatal for crypto? No. And maybe they're talking about in India specifically, but just know, whatever any country does, people are still going to buy crypto in that country. They can't ban owning crypto. They can just make it more difficult for the on-ramps and off-ramps, but people will continue to buy. As more and more countries push away crypto, other countries will adopt it, and more people will move to those countries then, and will do business in those countries. And the industry, the media industry, is always going to push articles like this, even when Bitcoin's at 400,000. instead of 40,000. They're going to push articles that are trying to fear you out of your position, because that's how they make money. That's how they get clicks. They need to get people that just bought and try to scare them out of their positions. No one that bought Bitcoin at $100, $200, $300 is scared about articles like this, right? As time goes on, you'll become a little bit more numb to it. And sure, you might take some of it, you might read some of it, but after a while, you realize that the industry is just trying to scare you, then get you excited, then scare you, get you excited, back and forth. That's why we always have these constant articles that are on both extreme sides of the market. They're just trying to get views. So that's why you have to stay the course. Don't listen to the day-to-day as much. Don't get scared by the day-to-day as much, and just continue with your investing plan. I am continuing to DCA into crypto twice a week, at least. So let me know what you guys are doing underneath in the comment section. Let me know if you're buying altcoins or if you're buying Bitcoin. Let me know. Let me know if you're going to Bitcoin conference in Miami too. I'm going there in just a few weeks. Let me know in the comment section. Also, check out that link to CoinStats underneath the video. I do think it's very valuable and super useful. And you get that discount code. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.